Parshas Emor, Lag BaOmer night, Tafshin Hey, and as we always say, time is moving right along. 2 weeks to Shavuos. Tonight is Lag BaOmer. We're doing the shir a day early this week, due to Baruch Hashem, lots of simchas tomorrow night, Thursday night, Lag BaOmer. So we are recording the shir and doing the shir on Wednesday night, one night early this week. And Hashem, next week, Thursday, we'll be back to our regular schedule. In this week's Parsha, Parshas Emor, we find the Parsha of the Yomim Tovim. This week's Parsha speaks about all the Yom Tovim, the ones that we celebrate, and what we need to do when we celebrate the Yom Tovim. And the beginning of the Parsha of the Moyadim, the beginning of the Parsha of the Yom Tovim, the Pasuk says, Sheishes Yomim Ke'oseh Malacha. For 6 days you do Malacha, you do work. Uvayoim Hashvi'i Shabbat Shabbasoim Mikra Kodesh. On the 7th day is Shabbat Shabbasoim Mikra Kodesh. So the Nesivos Shalom asks on this Pasuk, really, what does Shabbos have to do with the Moyados? We have, like we said, this is the Parsha of the Moyados. We're discussing the Yom Tovim, and right away at the beginning of the Parsha of the Moyados, the Torah tells us Shabbat Shabbasoim Mikra Kodesh. We begin to discuss Shabbos. That's one question. Also, we know that the Pasuk says, by Yom Hashvi'i Shabbat Shabbasoim, what? Shabbat Shabbasoim Mikra Kodesh. Mikra Kodesh seems to tell us, it seems to say, that Shabbos would be like the Yom Tovim. The Yom Tovim we know are totally in the days of the month. Pesach is on the 15th, Sukkot is on the 15th, Yom Kippur is on the 10th, Rosh Hashanah is on the 1st. These Yom Tovim are totally in the days of the totally in the days of the month, and the days of the month we know we are Koveya. Mikroi Kodesh refers to the fact that Bezdin and Kiddush HaChodesh tell us when Rosh Chodesh is, and thereby it tells us when the Yom Tovim are. We set the date. The Bezdin sets the date. They tell us when is Rosh Chodesh. So how would that apply to Shabbos? Shabbat Shabbasoim Mikra Kodesh. It seems that they do not fit together. So first of all, what are the words Shabbat Shabbasoim doing at the beginning of the Parsha of the Yom Tovim? And second of all, how do Shabbat Shabbasoim and Mikra Kodesh, where it seems that Bezdin and man sets the date of the month, what does that have to do with Shabbos? Two questions the Nesivos Shalom asks right away. Shabbos, we know, is every 7th day. It doesn't have a day of the month. Shabbos, whenever the cycle of the week goes on, the 7th day is Shabbos. Why would we say Mikra Kodesh when we are referring to Shabbos? So the Nesivos Shalom answers, and it's really a bit of a deep answer, and it requires a little more time that we have just to understand, but we're going to attempt to explain the Nesivos Shalom's answer a little bit. The Nesivos Shalom answers this question by saying that the Torah is telling us a yisoid over here. The Torah is telling us that there's Yontif, and then there's the highest madrega of Yontif. The highest madrega of Yontif is one that comes in combination with the Shabbos. One that comes in combination with the light of Shabbos, with the influences of Shabbos, with the lessons that Shabbos teach us. When we have a Yontif that comes with the Shabbos, that is the highest madrega of Yontif. So the Torah begins the Parsha of the Moyados by telling us this fact. It tells us Shabbat Shabbasoim and Mikra Kodesh together. And listen to how the Nesivos Shalom carries this lesson through. It says it in a very, very beautiful way. The first day of Pesach has the light of Yontif, right? Pesach is Yontif. We know it's always Yontif, but it carries an additional thing too. The first day of Pesach carries this combination where we have the light of Yontif, and we also have the Ha'ara, we have the light of Shabbos too. we know, we say in the Haggadah also, V'moira Gadol, Zu Gilu Shechina. On the first day of Pesach, for Pesach, there was the Gilui of the Shechina. The Shechina was revealed to us. And now it came with an Isarusa de La'ela. The first day of Pesach is unlike any other day of Yom Tov. We had a Gilui Shechina, and that is what Shabbos is. Every single Shabbos we have this light, Isarusa de La'ela. We have this light of Shabbos. The first day of Pesach has that light of Shabbos too, because we had a Gilui Shechina. We have the influence and light from above, the same way that every single Shabbos Kodesh has it too. And the Torah tells us a very, very important fact. Usfartem lochem mimocharas haShabbos. When we count Sfira, we're starting from the day which is called, the day after which is called Shabbos, the day after the first day of Pesach, which is called Shabbos. Why? Because it has the light of Shabbos also. Usfartem lochem mimocharas haShabbos, and it tells us that the light of the first day of Pesach, the tremendous Gilui Shechina and the Ha'ara of the first day of Pesach, you know when that stays with us? Usfartem lochem mimocharas haShabbos ad yom aviachem. It carries us all the way through the Sfiras HaOmer, through every single day of Sfiras HaOmer, until Kabbalas HaTorah. And for this Kabbalas HaTorah, we need the Kedusha Shabbos. And the first day of Pesach has that tremendous Kedusha that shines with us. Mimocharas haShabbos ad yom aviachem es omer ha'tenufa. Straight through the entire Sfiras HaOmer. The Pasuk tells us, when we discuss the inyan of counting from Pesach to Shavuos, of counting the Sfiras HaOmer, the Pasuk tells us, Sheva Shabbosois K'mimois Tiyena. Those of us that say the introduction, L'Shem Yichud, to the Sfiras HaOmer every night, we talk about this pasuk, Sheva Shabbosois K'mimois Tiyena. That we have to have 7 complete weeks. And then Nesivos Shalom says a beautiful pshat on this pasuk and a beautiful, beautiful lesson. It says like this: the word Sheva Shabbosois, the word Shabbosois of the pasuk, we always say, what does it mean that you need 7 complete weeks between Pesach and Sukkot, and between Pesach, and Shavuos? You need 7 complete weeks. Nesivos Shalom says that the word Shabbosois can mean also each week of the Sfira. In other words, as much as we want, and we need to take steps every single day of Sfiras HaOmer. Tonight we counted Lag BaOmer. We counted 33 days into the Omer. We should be 33 madrigas, 33 steps ahead of where we were when we started counting Sfira. There's only 16, 17 days left to Kabbalas HaTorah. Every day we have to take a step. But as much as we want to take a step and grow every single day leading up to the Kabbalas HaTorah, but during the weekdays, during each day of the week, on Sunday through Friday, many times it's difficult. Especially these days, everyone is so completely harried, we know, and everyone is so totally overscheduled. We're so busy with our electronic distractions and diversions, and every minute of every day is so busy to everyone. And anyone that knows, especially the last 10 years, whatever, it's just become unbelievable that it's so hard to concentrate even the whole week. So it's hard to focus, and to focus really on what? To focus on the things that are actually really important in life, and to focus on your spiritual growth. To do that is tremendously hard. And especially during Sfira now, we're actually trying to raise our level and the level of our families and the level of our children. We're trying to carry ourselves up and it's so hard. It becomes one big blur. The entire week from Sunday to Friday is almost impossible to focus and really focus in on growth and focus in on the things that we have to do on each day of the week. So you know what the Torah tells us, says in Nesivos Shalom? Sheva Shabbosois T'mimois Tiyena. At least let the Shabbosois, let the Shabbos Kodesh, let that be complete. Sunday through Friday, if you could do that, that's fantastic. That's great. But you know what? At least when you're able to put aside the distractions, at least when you're able to shut off your cell phone, at least when you're able to block out the rest of the world, Sheva Shabbosois T'mimois Tiyena. Let at least the Shabbosois of S.S.S. Emor be whole. At least slow down to focus and grow on the Shabbos. Focus on what's really important. And especially on these Shabbosois, during the Yemei HaSfira, where the Torah tells us, Sheva Shabbosois T'mimois, let them be complete. The Shabbosois, these Shabbosois have a very, very special thing attached to them. As we mentioned, that besides being Shabbos Kodesh, they have the light of Shabbos in them. They have each one of these weeks, the total weeks, from Pesach till Shavuos, not just the Shabbos, but from Sunday to Friday also. Every single day has the light of Shabbos and the light of Yom Tov. It extends all the way, like we said, from Pesach, Menachos HaShabbos, all the way through S.S.S. Emor. And what the Nesivos Shalom tells us that we have to try to concentrate. We have 2 weeks left, a couple of Shabbosois left. We have to try to concentrate that these Shabbosois should be T'mimois, encompassing. They should encompass both Kedusha Shabbos and Kedusha Yom Tov. And especially this week, where it's in our Parsha, we always mention from the Nesivos Shalom that the cycle of the year brings us back to each Parsha once a year, and we have to concentrate. We have to listen to the lessons of each week's Parsha. And this week's Parsha, 2 weeks before Shavuos, this week's Parsha, 2 weeks before Kabbalas Torah, teaches us about growing, about counting each and every day, about Sheva Shabbosois T'mimois Tiyena. Let them be complete. So let us use this Shabbos and make it whole and reflect on what's really important, not the things which we fool ourselves are important, the outside embellishments and all the fluff and all the things that our generation, and it's just the nature of our generation that the fluff and all the bright lights and glitz, that's what people focus in on and look at what's important. But the time during Sfira is not to take physical steps and to turn the lights on even brighter. The time of Sfira is to take the spiritual steps, to take the internal steps, to take all those. And you know what? If it's too hard for you to do it during the week, Sheva Shabbosois T'mimois Tiyena. At least concentrate on the Shabbos. We can accomplish a lot in 2 weeks. A Yid has the opportunity to get himself off the mat, get himself off the floor. What you can accomplish in 2 weeks is unbelievable. It's tremendous. But at least on the Shabbosois, Sheva Shabbosois T'mimois Tiyena. Let's take the lesson, internalize the lesson, and concentrate on it, and do not let this beautiful opportunity pass us by.